Father? Anyone around?
Up by the greenhouse, Brian.
All right.
Everything all right, dear?
Your young chap don't happen to be here by any chance, does he?
No, we ain't expecting him until tomorrow afternoon. He comes straight here from college.
Right. Look, I should be very wary of him if I were you.
Oh, no, don't start that again.
Just hear me out, will you? I've been down the garden centre and Maurice Hawkins is very worried and it concerns your young friend.
I don't follow.
What did he tell you he did before he come here?
Well, apart from being at college, he said he was a trainee groundsman at Winterstoke Juvenile Prison.
So he didn't show you his card?
Card? What card?
Mother, Maurice Hawkins found a card in Simon's backpack.
What was he doing looking in the lad's belongings?
He went to move the pack to get to something and the card fell out.
Well, what is this card then? Oh,
Oh,
Brian, he's just coming through the gate, look.
it was a reformed young offender's card. He didn't just work at Winterstoke, he was an inmate there.
Are you being serious?
Yes, he obviously didn't tell you. Hello, Mrs. Barrett. Oh, Mr. Barrett, how do?
Afternoon, Simon. We weren't expecting you today.
I think you've got something to tell us, haven't you?
Brian!
I'm sorry. I've got something for you, Mrs. B. As promised, at long last. And it's as good as new.
Oh! My watch!
You took my mother's watch. Well, of all the confounded... I'm sorry, I don't understand.
For goodness sake, Brian, I knew he had it. He very kindly offered to take it and get it repaired for me with my blessing once I'd found it.
Oh, I see. Are you serious, Linda? You're actually going to get Dorothy Cotterell to hold a seance at the Manor?
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm keeping open-minded about it all, but it'll be a new experience and totally harmless.
You sure? I reckon it's dabbling myself.
Oh, you're as bad as Fergal. He says he doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
Ah, but that'll be his Irish superstition.
And what do you put yours down to, then?
I disbelieve in mumbo.
Well, if you think it's mumbo-jumbo, how come you think it's dabbling? There are more things in heaven and earth, you know.
Well, that's true. Like what's just walked into the bar.
Sorry? Oh, my goodness.
Fred Partridge, where the heck did you nick that from?
Taking it from nowhere, John Clark.
Must be. A three-piece suit of that caliber's way beyond your means.
That's what you think.
Well, it's very nice, Mr. Partridge, but probably paid for by selling all that illegal game you've been shooting on our land.
Well, Linda Harcourt, these be both wrong. In fact, I'm here to do a bit of business, John Clark.
If it involves pheasants, I don't want to know.
Right, so how much do I owe you for drinks?
Goodness me. You must have a wad of about £1,000 there.
Yeah, around about that I should
Look,
think.
Fred, shooting a legal game and selling it is one thing, but out-and-out bank robbery is something else. They're bound to catch up with you eventually.
Listen, you two. This is all above board. I've been left a very nice legacy out the blue.
Eh?
And brought you the official paperwork to see so's to prove it.
I don't believe
Ollie.
it.
You lucky so-and-so.
So come on, how much do I owe? And what you both having to drink?
Oh, well,
Well, I'm definitely could have a drink. I never thought I'd live to hear them words come from your mouth.
Fergal, I thought you weren't going to have anything to do with this.
I wasn't. But I've been thinking about it and I might as well take part. I don't have to believe in this nonsense, do I?
Oh, well, I'm very pleased that you are. I think it's only going to be the three of us, Dorothy. Oh, that will be enough, Claire. Oh, Mr. O'Sullivan, I wasn't expecting you to be here. He's become a believer, Miss Cotterell.
That I have not.
Whatever, let us all sit round the table and soak in the spiritual atmosphere. I've already lit my candle. Now, if you wouldn't mind switching off the lights. I'll do that. Right. Now then, let us all join hands. Oh, Mummy, remind me to tell you about Fred Partridge afterwards. What's he been up to now? Please! I am trying to connect to my spirit guide. Sorry. Altimus!
Altimus?
My spirit guide. Altimus, are you there? Ah, you never let me down. You are here. Do you have anybody there that wishes to speak with us?
Why on earth did I agree to sit on this? I must be mad.
We have a connection. Oh, really, Miss Cotterell? Yes. It is a young male. And he wants to connect with you, Linda. Is it Joey? It must be, surely.
How very convenient.
Shh. He's giving me a name, although he is beginning to fade a bit. Joey? That is you, my dear, is it not? Oh, lovely to speak to you again from the other side. What is this name you are anxious to impart? Min? Don't know any Min. Min? Minnie? Minimum? Oh, I'm afraid you're not terribly clear, my dear. Do try harder. And can I ask you all around the table here to concentrate more? I felt awful, Noel. The look on our Brian's face when he realised that Simon had taken the watch with my blessing, well, I was so embarrassed.
I don't see why you should be embarrassed about it, Gran. I mean, we've all been to blame to a degree. Simon for not coming clean over his past, and, well, when it comes to your watch, I'm as guilty.
Guilty? In what way, dear?
Well, you told me in the church that day that you couldn't find it, and I do confess I did wonder then about Simon, especially after the previous conversation we'd had about you making sure he was genuine.
But how does that make you guilty?
Because I'm the one that told Uncle Brian that you'd lost your gold watch. And after Grant not being able to find his gold pen and cufflinks, well, it's started to form a
Yes,
pattern.
well, I can well see how it might. Oh, I do wish you'd said something to me instead of our Brian. I mean, you know what he's like, Noel.
Yes. And it was rather irreverent of me to think that way, especially a man in my position. I am really sorry, Gran, and I do seek God's forgiveness too.
It was Simon that found your Gramps' gold pen on the kitchen windowsill. He was using it to write plant labels in the greenhouse.
Again, it could also easily be misconstrued.
Yes, it could. But for the fact that the lad brought it to me and said he'd found it.
Yeah.
Hardly an attempt at theft, is it?
No.
He could so easily have taken it and said nothing.
I'm sorry, Linda, but I cannot believe any of it. For a start, it seems odd that it should just happen to be Joey himself that came through.
Look, if Dorothy Cotterell had known anything about this business before we held the seance, then I'd agree that it would all seem contrived. But she didn't. We deliberately didn't tell her anything about it.
Oh, she must have heard word going around the place about what you were doing.
But why would it be any advantage to her to make it up?
Well, she didn't really come up with anything, did she?
Except for beware minimum.
Which doesn't make an ounce of sense. Unless, of course, she's referring to my lack of height.
Of course not.
I would put that whole business right out of your head, my love.
I'm not going to dismiss anything.
Beware minimum. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Miss Cotterell's a nice enough woman, but she's got her head very much in the clouds.
Oh, well, we'll see.
I'll bet your mother doesn't believe it.
I wouldn't be too sure of that if I were you. She went to a spiritualist herself when Joey died.
Really? Oh, Lord. I'm surrounded by them.
I'm so sorry, Simon. I suppose I'm as much to blame for not telling anybody else that you'd taken the watch for repair with my blessing.
I think it's best if I leave, Mrs. Barrett.
Oh dear, I do feel so bad about it all. But perhaps if you'd told me you'd actually been in Winterstoke prison as an inmate in the first place and not just a groundsman there, things might have been different.
And you'd have not taken me on. I've been turned away before. I've only got to show me reformed offenders card and people shut their doors in my face without a second thought. You took me on face value, and I've really appreciated that.
And you've done a lovely job for us. And I'm also so sorry too about Maurice Hawkins asking you to leave the garden centre.
There you are again, you see. He found me card in my bag, and 'cause I ain't come clean and told him, he reacts just the same as other folk. He don't want to know. How can I make a new life for myself and prove I'm reformed if no one gives us a chance?
Yes, I know, my dear, I do agree with you, but people are people. You can't really blame them either.
I'll collect my stuff and sling me hook. Perhaps you'd like to check around to make sure nothing else valuable's missing before I disappear.
Oh no, Simon.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Barrett.
Oh.
I've got a lot of respect for you. It was my absolute pleasure to get your watch repaired, and see your appreciation for the stuff I've done in your garden.
Well, it's nice of you to say
You
so.
made me feel like a proper person again.
Oh, Simon,
Pity there aren't more folk like you.
I'm sure that there are. My word, I did enjoy our joint canter, darling.
Most refreshing. Well done, Max. Your leg's well and truly better, thank goodness.
Well done you, Galway. No guns or bird scarers to spoil the ride today.
Aye, aye. Who's that across the yard?
I don't recognise him. Told him what he wants.
Might be somebody here to see Amanda, I suppose.
Oh, he's coming over to us.
Hello there. I'm looking for Linda Harcourt.
Well, you found her. What can I do for you?
Oh, my name's Todd. I saw your Facebook page, but rather than put a message on it, I thought I'd come and see you face to face, as it were.
See. So what can I do for you?
Look, I know we're on opposing sides, but I felt I had to get in touch. You see, Joey was a mate of mine, and I want his name cleared too.
I presume you were one of the many hunt protesters that day.
Oh, that's right.
So how do you think you can help?
I think you should take a look at this DVD.
What's on?
Video footage from that day. It's only recently come to light.
How can this help?
I advise you to take a look at it. I've had this specially transferred.
Oh, I see. Well, if you've taken the trouble to come here, then this must be pretty hot stuff.
I'll go even further than that and say it'll give you all the answers that you want.